I didn't use my daughter's college fund for my stepson's rehab. My husband brought it up on a Tuesday while we were loading the dishwasher. He said his son needed an inpatient program that cost $30,000. I asked where that kind of money was supposed to come from. He said Olivia's college fund had plenty. I actually laughed because I thought he was joking. When I realized he wasn't, I told him absolutely not. He said we'd already tried everything else and this was the only option. I reminded him we'd spent over 14 grand on 3 programs that didn't work. He said this one was different because it was inpatient. I said no and walked out of the kitchen. Over the next few days, he kept bringing it up. He'd say his son might die without help, that Olivia would still have $150,000 left. I told him the fund was from my late husband and his parents and it wasn't happening. He said I cared more about money than his son's life. I stopped responding because every conversation became a fight. Then I got a call from Olivia's school. She'd left class upset. When I picked her up, she wouldn't talk until we got home. She finally told me her stepdad had texted her during lunch asking if she'd help pay for her stepbrother's rehab. She didn't reply and he sent another message saying he hoped she'd do the right thing. I went straight to his office and showed him the texts. I asked what he thought he was doing. He said he wanted her to understand the situation. I told him she was 15 and he had no business putting that on her. He said if she was old enough to have college money, she was old enough to have a say. I told him if he contacted her about it again, I'd leave. He said I was being dramatic. That weekend, he kept going to the garage to take phone calls. On Sunday night, I heard him out there and got curious. I walked over quietly and stood near the door. It was cracked open. His son was there. I heard my stepson say, "So you really think she'll go for it?" My husband said he was working on it, that he'd get the money one way or another. My stepson laughed and said, "You know I'm not actually going to rehab, right? Once we get the cash, I'm just gonna take my half and disappear for a couple months." My husband didn't sound surprised. He said, "I figured, just make sure you're not around so it looks real." My stepson asked what happens if I want proof. My husband said he'd print fake intake papers from the internet and I wouldn't know the difference. I pulled out my phone and started recording. My stepson said, 15 grand though, that's gonna last me a while. My husband told him to be smart with it. Then my stepson said, "I can't believe you married someone this stupid." My husband laughed and said, "She's not stupid, she's just emotional about her dead husband's money." I went back inside. I saved the recording to my cloud and texted it to myself. The next morning my husband acted completely normal. He asked if I'd thought more about the rehab. I said no. He sighed like I was being unreasonable. I called a lawyer that afternoon, played her the recording. She said it was enough to protect the fund in a divorce and prove financial manipulation. That night, I waited until my stepson left, then played the recording for my husband. He froze. His face went red, then pale. He started talking fast, saying it wasn't what I thought, that his son was messing around. I told him I had it saved in multiple places, and if he tried anything with Olivia's fund, I'd take it to court. He tried apologizing, said he was desperate and made a bad choice. I told him to pack a bag. He said I was overreacting. I said he had 30 minutes. He left. Olivia asked where he went. I told her the truth. I said he and his son were planning to fake the rehab and split the money. She cried. She said she felt so guilty for not wanting to give the money and now felt stupid for feeling guilty. I told her she had good instincts. My husband texted for 2 weeks trying to come back. I filed for divorce. He signed without fighting because he knew what I had.